Welcome to our next video. We thought we'd try something different, and today we're coming to you from the top of the van. Why?
Because we put in the vent and we put in the fan and we actually did the first cutting right through the top, which was a little bit of a nervous experience, but we've done it and it looks beautiful.
So we hope you enjoyed the video. Those who have subscribed, thank you very much. We really do appreciate all the support we're getting. The comments are really what drives us. And those who haven't subscribed, please, can you do so? It really does help us. And through that, you show your support for us. And we'll carry on with these videos. So
hopefully they're improving. We are trying hard.
We're always open to constructive criticism.
And we're trying to smile a lot more and swear a lot less.
Oh, what swearing?
You did a lot of swearing in this one. I don't feature much in this one. I just listen to all the swearing going on. The measurements not always being correct.
Oh, they were accurate enough.
Well, they were. Okay.
Yeah.
They
We
were.
got there.
But it looks beautiful, so I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks very much, and let us know what you think of it. Okay, so I've made a frame for the vent, but it's too big, so I've got to trim it. To do that, I'm planing the bits around the edge. As usual, the lines might be straight, but they're not square to the wood, so I've got to adjust as I go.
So what's the verdict?
I'm going to take a little bit more off it, so it's not quite. The back side needs a bit off its another 2 millimeters. This is the space that I've made for the vent that I'm going to be putting in. It's a Heki, Dometic Heki vent. My plan at the moment, excuse all the shaking here, is you can see 3 ribs here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to find the center of this between this support here and that support there, and I will center punch it here. I will then go up onto the roof and find that dimple which has been made, and then mark out the area which needs to be cut. Okay, so I've now put a center punch. I've used the center punch to mark at the center of that point, which you can see, you should be able to see there. Unfortunately I can't on the screen because the sun here is just too bright. So now my intention is to take 20 centimeters that way, 20 centimeters that way, and that way, and then to mark out the 40 centimeter, but to line it up square with these ribs that are running here. So that's the theory. In theory, I think it should work. Let's see how the practice goes. So here I've taped put plastic underneath where I'm going to cut and drill, so that will catch any of the iron filings that come through, and hopefully I won't have any then lying in the van with the potential of rusting. Okay, so I've found the dimple there where I hit with the center punch inside. I've then marked a square 40 by 40 where I believe I need to cut, and the corners have got 24 millimeter radius holes to be cut, and so I've marked the center of that. I've used the center punch there to mark it, and then gone inside and checked that I'm in the right position, and within 1 millimeter I'm happy that all 4 of these holes are in the right place. So I'm now going to cut the holes using a hole saw as the outside radius of the corners of the vent. Okay, I'm going to start drilling.
This is so exciting.
The front, I'm doing it in the front left hand one first.
Okay.
Okay.
You can see the light.
Front, the other front one.
And another light. And the clouds have gone, so it's not going to rain. For now.
Okay. Back, right. And then last one. Ah, damn it. Okay, we'll have to stop there. My drill is broken.
Oh. And this beautiful vacuum cleaner that's being very handy and has been our faithful friend through all this process. And look at the beautiful blue sky. We were promised rain. We haven't had rain yet this season. And the season's nearly finished and the clouds are gone, which is good for us. But some rain would be really, really, really nice.
Okay, so after breaking the last arbor, I've got a new one put in the drill, and let's see if we can finish this hole. That's the drilling done. Now we can look at cutting the 4 straight lines. Okay, now comes the hair raising part. As you can see, it's a couple of days since I put this tape on, and this is how aggressive the sun is in this place. It's lifted all of this already. So now we got to cut. Oh, it helps if you put a battery on the saw.
Hello.
Hello.
Where are you?
There we go. Okay, now we've got to clean all this up. Okay, so I've cleaned all the stickers off the edges. I had to use sticker remover because the masking tape the glue had stuck on and wouldn't come off. So that's the pile of refuse that's going. Now what I'll do is clean all the edges with a file, just to get the burrs and that off, and to get it nice and rounded, so that we can then look at installing the vent. Okay, now we have to see how this fits. Pretty tight, pretty good. Perfect. Great. Now we'll spray it, let the paint dry, and then most probably tomorrow we'll put in the butyl putty under here, and we'll also seal it with Sikaflex and bond it to the roof. Okay, so now I've filed it down, cleaned it, checked the size of the vent, it fits nicely, and then sprayed it. It wasn't Hammerite, it was Rust-Oleum paint, just to protect the exposed metal there. Again, excuse the shaking of the picture, but that's the way my hands work. I now need to start assembling everything and gluing it all together, but I've got to put this frame up there, and I could do that as part of the assembly of the whole vent, but what I've decided to do is to glue the frame up first, and so that it's up and stays, and it would allow me then to put polyurethane foam in these gaps around it before I actually put the vent in. So it'll allow me to work a bit better with and cleaner with the whole lot. Okay, around this there's a gap here, okay? Yeah. So what I'm looking to do is I'm going to fill the inside here with Sikaflex, and then on the outside we'll fill silicone afterwards, but I'm going to fill in the gaps here with the butyl tape. Yeah. So we've got to leave maybe a centimetre gap there of the butyl tape. So we can always fill that in silicone afterwards from underneath. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, so you have the butyl tape with you?
Yeah.
And this it?
Yeah.
Is that what you need the scissors for then?
Yeah.
Cut the tape or just to open it?
Cut the tape. That's about there.
Yeah.
That'll then give us space to fill in, and so
does the plastic stay on?
no, we'll take the plastic off, but I don't want it sticking to my fenders. Okay.
So don't you want something in the middle there?
Sorry?
Wait, why did you say you wanted the something taken out?
On the inside.
On the inside, okay.
Because we'll put the tape there.
Okay.
A little bit too low. Actually, it's not quite Won't you get me a flat edge, set square down there? Thanks.
You have to build it up.
Yeah, it's not quite
Flat.
high. Yeah. Okay.
Needs
I
more.
need Sikaflex
Mm.
along this surface.
Okay. Oh, yeah, same there. So same with the back then. Is that just for extra grip?
And sealing.
Okay. Yeah, because you can't seal from the inside.
There's very little gap
Mm.
once this goes on.
Yeah.
Now there's nothing down the side. That's all come off. So yeah. Okay.
And the back.
Yeah. So we need down. Yeah. Okay.
So this tape is sealing. Sealant also then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you have a look.
Okay, now we can put there, that's on the inside here.
Okay, yeah.
It is catching, you can see bits there.
Yeah.
Okay, other side. There. Okay, just hold this. I can put some on here now.
Where?
Yes, in those gaps. Okay, let's try again. It looks like it should all now seal.
Yeah.
Okay, are you in?
I think so. Feels like it.
Okay, I'm going to go down
And open it up.
and just
Check. Now lift that up. There we go. Now I can see. It's pulling out a bit that side. That's all I can see.
so this is the finished product, all installed. So here you can see, first we did the center and then marked out a 40 by 40 square, and then we've brought in 12 millimeters because the center, the hole saw that we use is 24, and so we come in 12 millimeters and we're then going to drill out the 4 corners to get a nice round hole there, and from there we will then cut along the lines. So Liam's going to be vacuuming, trying to catch all the iron filings so we get as little on the roof as possible.
Okay. Good. Oh.
Here I'm busy drilling pilot holes for the screws on the vent, on the fan. Unlike the fan is screwed down into the roof. And as usual, I broke a couple of bits doing it, but it seems to be in quite securely now. Pressure on here to try and squeeze this butyl putty a bit and get it to bond nicely and seal. Okay, now the next one is putting in all the screws. this might be a bit of a problem. Trying to get these screws into the pilot holes made, I think is going to be a bit of an issue. Let's see. Line it up with the shallow ones first. Okay, so I've put silicone around the edges all round, and based on feedback from YouTube, I've also put silicone over each of the screws. We then put the fan into place and put in the 4 screws which hold it in secure there. So the next step then is to connect the electrics, but I don't have a battery yet. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed it. Once more, please push the subscribe button so that we get your support.
And that's all. We just forgot to mention, we forgot to bring Jamila and Heki up here to have a look.
They're in the van.
They are in the van.
If you look carefully, you might see them there.
They're always there.
Yeah,
So
that's where
have
they
a look
live.
out for them.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.